Hi, my name's James Strutt. This video is only a few minutes, and what I'm going to share with you really could change your life forever. I feel obligated first to give you this warning. You might think the information I'm going to share with you is a bit silly at first. I know I sure did. You see, I have serious reservations about a program that claims that it can teach you how to seduce beautiful women, in part on the behavioral study of goldfish. I know that's crazy, right? First, I want to tell you a little story about myself. Up until recently, I was the loser of my group of guy friends. But something profound has happened in my life recently. I have always been the clunky guy with women in the group of friends. You know, there's always one of those guys in every group that just can't seem to function when a beautiful woman walks by. Well, that was me. I couldn't function at all around a beautiful woman. I loved hanging out with my friends, but if I knew that there was going to be a hot chick who's a friend of one of my friends going out with us, well, I'd clam up all night long. Not only that, but I turned into an instant klutz. I became extremely self-aware of my body and didn't know what to do with it. I've done stupid stuff like trip over my own feet. I once spilled a drink all over one of my buddy's girlfriends, and I even once knocked over an ornamental tree that was in the corner of a bar room after tripping over my shoelaces, and it fell into a muscle-bound boyfriend of the hot girl that I had been trying to avoid all night. And that's the thing. It didn't matter if it was a friend of a friend, a buddy's girlfriend, or just a random beautiful woman that I happened to chance across when I was out and about. It got to the point where I tried to do all of my grocery shopping exclusively at night, and avoided going out with my friends. It's not like I didn't want to fuck every hot girl that I came across just like every other guy. I just knew that I couldn't even be myself or talk to a girl. There was zero chance of getting into a hot girl's pants. Here's the sad truth about me. I was a virgin until I turned 22, and then it was just a drunken pity lay from a semi-cute chick that I was friends with, who wouldn't ever consider dating me. She was attracted to me enough to fuck me, but it's like the fact that no chick she knew really thought I was cute was enough to turn her off. I'm not athletic, muscular, or handsome, or even tall. I'm a short, skinny, average-looking guy. I'm not ugly, but when I was done, she told me to never tell anyone that it happened. I'm not a cute boy, I guess some would call it, but it still crushed my confidence when my friend told me not to tell anyone after she stripped me of my virginity by fucking the shit out of me after a few whiskey sours. After that, I didn't get laid again for nearly 10 months, and when I finally did, I wished I hadn't afterward. Frankly, she was an eyesore, to put it friendly. I settled for what I could get because I had accepted the fact that I didn't have a lot of options, and that big girls need loving too. I'm not knocking big girls, believe me. I know people that actually really dig that, like my brother-in-law. That's actually his slogan when the topic comes up. He says, "Hey, big girls need loving too," which I know is true. It's just that I am honestly not attracted to big girls. But unfortunately, for the longest time, they were the only ones interested in me, and I was repulsed by it, to be honest. It was hard for me to maintain an erection the entire time. Not only did her flub turn me off, while I'm sure that some people really love it, I couldn't enjoy it with all the sweat down there. Okay, maybe that was too much, but I am getting to a point here. My point is that all of that is in the past. I have done extensive research. I researched more than a dozen behavioral programs. Most of them were junk. I read a book collection consisting of 28 books about how to get women and struck out every time I made a move, thinking that I knew what a chick wanted. I'm sure not every program on human, specifically women behavior is bunk, but for whatever reason I just had no success implementing any of it. While I felt like I was making progress, I just wasn't able to gain the confidence that I needed for it to show through. They could sense my nervousness no matter how hard I tried to hide it, and I got shot down every time I built up the courage to make a move. I had just about given up and accepted that I was going to be stuck with fat, sweaty chicks for the rest of my life. I mean, not even the pretty big girls. You know, the ones that are big but with a pretty face and can keep up high maintenance of themselves. I've known a few chubby chicks that were cute and smelled good that I would have definitely slept with, but those girls were out of my league. I was still searching the internet on the topic while I was fantasizing about being able to get beautiful women to chase after me. But I knew that it was just a fantasy, with a near absolutely zero likelihood of ever becoming a reality. I figured that every program making these claims are just out there trying to separate me from my hard-earned money. When I was searching one day, I chanced upon Tao of Badass, and just like every other program, this guy was making big claims about teaching average guys without good looks, charm, or money to get beautiful women chasing us. It started out like all the other programs, so I read a little about it, fantasizing about getting beautiful women, knowing it would never happen, but I decided to click the link anyway. I usually never watch a video all the way through, but this one I thought had a bit of humor to it. I thought that it was stupidly funny that this guy was comparing understanding women to a goldfish habit. That's why I didn't turn the video off and move on to the next one after a couple minutes. I stayed tuned watching the video, laughing a bit to myself, thinking that I was going to tell my buddies about it and get a laugh with them too. I had gotten slightly drawn in, and by the end of the video I was getting myself a little worked up, thinking about how great it would be to sleep with beautiful women on demand, and thought to myself, maybe, just maybe, this is worth one last hope-ditch effort. Somehow I had been sold once again after watching that video, so I gave it a try. The thing is, it wasn't like the other programs that I had tried in the past. I was expecting to learn more about what I should be doing and how I should be acting around beautiful women. I thought that I would learn some more phrases that I hadn't thought of or read yet that might work. Maybe I'd learn about changing my posture a certain way, my hair, my clothes, my entire attitude a specific way that would turn women on, and maybe it would work this time. But as I really got into it, the material, I realized that it wasn't like any of the other programs I had seen in the past. This time the book and bonus material that I got for the purchase was actually focusing on the women, not on me. According to this author, it was about the women all along, not me. I could be a sloppy Joe Schmo according to this guy and still have beautiful women chasing me. I didn't believe it at first, but as I got more into the material I began to start believing. This guy had done his homework when it came to sociology. His books teach about how to look at a beautiful woman, when, and what part of her anatomy to focus on in order to bypass her logical mind and make her cream her panties on the spot. You'd be surprised where to look, and when, and how very simple it is. It's crazy how simple. And it works. It really does work. I haven't been without having my manly needs met whenever I want, just about wherever I want, with almost any woman I want in months now. There are probably exceptions, but I've learned to weed those women out, those prudes that aren't going to put out no matter what. I've also learned to spot those women that are open to excitement and random encounters. And when I look at a woman a certain way and then look away quickly, or keep from exposing my chest to her too soon, I know exactly what I'm doing because I've been reading her body language since laying my eyes on her. I can read immediately whether my actions are taking hold, and I know exactly what to do in every situation no matter what. I have gone from being a total loser when it comes to women to being a stealth ninja assassin, capable of getting gorgeous women that would have never told me the time of day in the past, to chase after me until I eventually give in. And if I can do that, you can too. You'll learn about pre-selection in the course and why women find men who are wanted by other women so attractive, and you'll learn to put all of this into action effortlessly on your end. After the first new chick, all of her hot friends are going to be stealing looks at you. And when they do, you just need to know how to look back, when and where. You'll learn that and more, and never be without a hot lay in any day of the week that you want. After learning the methods behind this course, I went on a rampage and slept with 12 women in less than a week. More than one a day a few times, and the crazy thing is that they knew about each other. And it was almost like they were competing with each other for my attention the whole day. I was a skeptic when I took up this course. I was discouraged from having struck out so many other times, and I gave it a go as a last-ditch effort to end my miserable sexless life and begin anew. If it didn't work this time, I was just going to accept my doomed fate. I was hoping and praying for some results. I never expected to learn the secrets to becoming a chick magnet. I'd have been happy to get laid like once a month by a cute chick, but that is exactly what happened. I put the techniques of Tao of Badass in practice, and beautiful women started throwing themselves at me daily. This is something that you really must experience yourself to know how great it feels. So in summary, at least in my humble opinion, no, Tao of Badass is not a scam. It is definitely the real deal. If you've had trouble with women, I highly suggest that you check out the program too. You can watch the same video or variation that he has put up since the initial one that I watched by clicking the link that's below this video.